test, group 2, take 1.
We had a feature film script that we wanted to develop, a film about high school kids, and we wanted to get a real life sense of where high school kids are now, because we are no longer in high school, haven't been for a very long time.
So we brought the storytelling workshop to Welland Centennial School, and we basically workshopped the script with them.
Coming into our school for film club really allowed us to help grow the characters.
I think that my favorite part of film club was all of the improv and figuring out more how to get all the characters' personalities out of the scenes with just a rough outline.
Wow, how would they do this? Why are they thinking this? Just getting really kind of personal with it, with the character.
They set up a forum where they were chatting back and forth, developing ideas, and not as I do it in a classroom where I'm talking to 30 students. They would sit down with 2, 3, 4 students. It'd be near one-to-one teaching. They really supported them. They really brought out the best in their ideas.
Very early on, it became obvious to us that we needed to do more than just storytelling with these kids.
We wanted to see them come to life, and so we decided that we would just make a short film with these characters called Nerdman.
I've worked with students for a number of years now. They have created some incredible projects with me, but I didn't quite see this coming.
Nerdman is a parody of the film Birdman.
Get everything ready. Pictures up in 5.
It's basically about Reece. He's this big film nerd, and the process of him making his short film, but it goes wrong in every way possible.
What happened to the set?
They're working on it.
Where? Where are they working on it?
We decided we were going to shoot this short film in our short film boot camp.
And let me tell you, this boot camp was the most intense, most vigorous, most boot camp of all. We were forced to get up at the insane hour of 8 a.m. They brought in these 2 drill sergeants to almost just slap us awake.
And then having the Zoom or the live presentations is really cool, getting to hear about all the different parts of film.
They talked to us and they made it relaxed. It wasn't it was a lecture, it was just a back and forth conversation between them and all the other kids in the boot camp.
Especially when Paulo did his thing about the audio, I didn't realize that it was so special to people. I thought it was audio, just recording voices, but he talked about it it was some other world, he just was so passionate about it. It was super cool.
I had Guan, he was a student here at Centennial High School, and he was kind of learning from me, and he helped pull focus at one point in time, and I remember being in his position trying to break out in the film industry, and it's so challenging. You have to put so many hours in and try to make connections out of nowhere. Being able to give back that way was huge. So the ambitious part of this particular film was the fact that it was a Birdman parody, and we were trying to do it in one shot, or the fake one shot, where we stitch it together.
We had a scene that was 2 minutes long, and then we had a scene that was 10 minutes long.
To be shooting in 360 degrees, to have to force talent to go in specific paths, to then light those paths, to have the camera then also follow or lead them through those paths. There's shadows, there's color temperature changes, there's intensity changes, there's lights that are changing on the fly. All of these things had to come together for, a several minute take. That's by definition difficult.
Everybody nailed their lines. It was so cool to have the team sort of just blow my expectations away and nail it, take after take after take.
We decided to do this in 4 days and then show it the next day, which is crazy.
To see it finished and on a massive screen in front of 100 people the day after we finish filming it is no other experience you're ever gonna get in your life. It's incredible.
Having their first actual premiere in front of a large audience on the big screen, it is such a surreal moment.
when I was 6 years old, I think I told my parents, I want to be an actress when I'm older. And that was always some silly dream. And then seeing my face up on the screen, it just all became so real. And I think I started that picture of like you have the audience, and then it was just me and Hayden on the screen, and I started that for like 20 minutes, and then I would keep going back to it because I was just so happy that was a real thing that happened. Like, it's not only in my head anymore.
This is not an opportunity that you get every day, let alone like in a school year. Like, not a lot of people who want to do this get to do this so early on.
This is taking the students and bringing them on to a real set. You are actually in the situation working with professionals, and that experience is invaluable.
If I ever get the chance to spend my life in filmmaking, I would never say no. It's always so much fun.
But yeah, I'm going to be acting no matter what.
Will they look back at this moment and realize this was where they branched from, or this is what was the flower, or this is where they branched from, this is where the water hit the roots, right? And then they sprouted? To laugh at me, it's a good analogy.